Hello, my motor enthusiasts. You're tuned in to F1 Motor Fever podcast.
Hi Enzo Watts. What's the buzz in the Formula One world now?
Well, we've got former F1 driver Johnny Herbert praising Max Verstappen and stating he's even better than Michael Schumacher.
Blimey, that's a bold claim. What's his reasoning?
It's all about the simulators. He believes Verstappen's use of them gives him an edge over drivers from the previous generation.
Interesting. Weren't simulators around during Schumacher's time as well?
They were, but Schumacher didn't use them extensively as they made him nauseous, unlike Verstappen, who regularly incorporates simulator data into his driving.
And Verstappen's dominance. I've heard some people say it's getting a bit dull.
Well, Herbert would disagree. He likens it to Tiger Woods in golf and Roger Federer at his peak in tennis.
And how's he faring in the current season? Any updates?
Oh, he's been phenomenal. He's won 36 Grand Prix races since 2022 and is predicted to continue this success in the upcoming Japanese Grand Prix.
Sounds like we have a lot to discuss then. Can't wait.
Hello everyone, this is your host Enzo here, revving up another episode of F1 Motor Fever podcast.
And joining him in the ride, this is William.
Make sure you're subscribed and have turned on those notifications so you don't miss a single lap with us. Full throttle ahead, folks. Now, as we delve deeper into this, Herbert's bold claim isn't just groundless hyperbole. He actually has a pretty compelling reason.
Let me guess, it's all about the use of simulators, right?
Bang on. Technology has indeed changed the game. The modern generation of F1 drivers have tools to hone their skills in a manner that was impossible during the 90s and the early noughties.
So, Max Verstappen has something akin to a sixth or seventh sense from using the Red Bull simulator.
Exactly. He's not just living in the real world, but also reigning in the virtual one. He has won a staggering 36 Grand Prix races since 2022 and clinched his third F1 crown before the season ended last year.
Sounds like technology has really been a game changer in his career.
Indeed. But it's not just about having the best car, it's about the driver's ability to extract the best from it. That's where the likes of Verstappen, Lewis, Senna, Schumacher, and Alonso truly shine.
And Verstappen is doing this at an unprecedented level.
He sure is. He's driving the best that many, including Herbert, have ever seen, and apparently we haven't even seen his best yet.
So, Herbert dismisses the idea that Verstappen's domination is making F1 boring.
That's right. He is comparing Verstappen to legends like Roger Federer and Tiger Woods at their peaks, stating that people enjoyed watching these sportsmen because their skill levels were simply phenomenal.
That's quite a comparison.
Indeed. Herbert argues that we should appreciate Verstappen's exceptional skills instead of complaining about his dominance making the competition boring.
It's up to the other teams to step up to the challenge, isn't it?
Precisely. The competition is close behind Verstappen with only about 2 or 3 tenths of a second separating the drivers from 8th or 9th place.
Speaking of competition, Verstappen and Red Bull have been favourites so far, but Ferrari proved in Australia that the world champions are not invincible.
That's true, yet it remains to be seen whether other teams can indeed step up to the challenge. Verstappen's exceptional driving continues to set him apart. This weekend, he'll be aiming to return to his winning ways in Japan.
So, we should be prepared for a cracking race at Suzuka this Sunday.
Absolutely. Will he add the 2024 Japanese Grand Prix trophy to the 56 F1 winners' trophies he has already collected during his career? Only time will tell. William, I've seen a lot of chatter online about this Williams chassis situation. What's the word on the internet?
Well, let's see. User Kevin P., quote, Sargent confirms he won't be driving his original car and will instead be using the repaired Williams chassis, formerly driven by Albon, for this weekend's race. Doesn't foresee any issues with that, as fix went better than expected. No spare until Miami, unquote.
That's interesting. What's the response been like to this?
Well, Secret Lives simply responded with a lull and shared a meme, which of course we can't see. But it seems to have sparked quite a discussion.
Oh, people do love their memes. Any other interesting responses?
Yes, indeed. D. Sepp said, quote, I hope people don't start thinking badly of Albon because of this, but you know how people are. Albon has just done the best he could, and it wasn't his decision to swap cars that race, and it's Williams' fault, unquote.
That's a valid point. Anything else worth mentioning?
There's a lot of discussion around the decision to swap cars. User Jack B. defended Williams, saying, quote, you can't know if there are points or not in advance. Williams doesn't have a clairvoyant on staff. Alex had a decent chance of scoring points. He came in 11th. Logan did not. It was still the right call to make, unquote.
Well, the internet certainly has its opinions. Thanks for sharing, William. It's always interesting to see what the fans are saying online. Well, that's a wrap, folks. We spent a good chunk of our time today discussing the riveting dynamics of the F1 world, particularly focusing on Verstappen's dominance. We appreciate each of you for tuning in to F1 Motor Fever podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to ensure you're always in the loop for every episode we release. It really means a lot to us.
And don't be a stranger. Comment below. Share our channel with your mates, your nan, your postman, anyone who will listen, really. If you enjoyed our banter over a bit of Formula One, even consider sharing our podcast on all your social networks. WhatsApp, Facebook, the lot.
Absolutely. And make sure you stay tuned. We're here to bring you insightful discussions every day.
And believe me, we've got some cracking episodes on the horizon. You won't want to miss them, I promise.
So thank you all once again. We're looking forward to the next time.
Indeed. Until then, remember, Enzo Watts, pedal to the metal. Keep your gaze on the road. Our channel's content is pure gold.